Hello and welcome to YNWA Transfer News, your ultimate source for all Liverpool FC transfer news. Our first news is this.
Mohamed Salah and Egypt humbled in embarrassing AFCON warm-up defeat. Mohamed Salah and Egypt's preparations for next month's Africa Cup of Nations haven't got off to the best of starts following a surprise defeat to Uzbekistan on Friday. The Liverpool winger joined his international teammates in Dubai for the Al Ain International Cup as he looked to put his struggles with his club this season behind him. Having safely secured its spot in next year's World Cup, Egypt can now begin to plot its charge for an 8th AFCON title, with the tournament getting underway in Morocco on December 21st, although it seems as though Salah and his teammates might have some work to do before then. With just over a month before the tournament starts, Egypt would have been hoping to warm up with a victory over an Uzbekistan side 23 places below it in the FIFA World Rankings. Hassan's side, though, suffered just its second defeat in the last 21 months as it fell to a 2-0 loss. Austin Uranov's first half double was enough to secure victory for Fabio Cannavaro's team, which will be making its first appearance at a World Cup next year. Salah played the full 90 minutes at the Hatsa bin Zayed Stadium but, not for the first time this season, was unable to make an impact as his side missed out on a place in the final of the mini-tournament. Egypt was missing a number of key players, including Manchester City star Omar Marmoush, although Hassan wasn't happy with the errors made by his side. Individual mistakes caused the loss to Uzbekistan, especially after our strong performance in the second half, Hassan said after the game via Alaram. Friendly matches are important for learning and correcting mistakes, especially as the team is missing key players. We were without 8 key players from the regular starting lineup, but it was an opportunity for new faces like Marwan Osman, Osama Faisal, Zalaka, and Mahmoud Saber to get playing time. We missed the services of Mohamed Abdelmonem, Emam Asher, and Mohamed Lashin in midfield, as well as Ibrahim Adil and Omar Marmoush up front. Having lost against Uzbekistan, Egypt will now face Cape Verde in a third-place playoff on Monday after the fellow African side lost on penalties to Iran. It's not yet clear whether Salah will be involved in that game, with Liverpool boss Arne Slot no doubt eager to see his winger rested before losing him to AFCON next month. Salah is expected to make his way to Morocco after Liverpool's game against Brighton on December 13th, and will miss at least 3 of the Reds' subsequent fixtures. With the tournament running until January 18th, the 33-year-old could end up missing 7 games, including a crucial encounter with Arsenal on January 8th. Alexander Isak injury twist as Sweden reveal plan for Liverpool striker. He is not ready. Graham Potter has revealed that Alexander Isak will not start for Sweden against Switzerland on Saturday night following his recent return from injury. The Liverpool striker has been sidelined with a groin issue since being forced off at halftime in the Reds' 5-1 thrashing of Eintracht Frankfurt last month. The 26-year-old missed 4 matches before returning to Arne Slot's matchday squad for Liverpool's trip to Man City. However, he was left as an unused substitute as the Reds fell to a dismal 3-0 defeat. Isak was named in the Sweden squad for the November international break prior to last weekend's loss at the Etihad. And while he has been past fit to feature for his homeland in their latest World Cup qualifier, Potter has confirmed that he does not believe Isak is ready to start following his return from injury. He's not ready to play to 90-minute games in 4 days, so we have to be smart and use him well, Potter said at his pre-match press conference. No, he is not ready to start. I don't want to talk too much about details or the starting 11, but I think the best thing for Alex is to help us from the bench. He's had a good week. He's not ready for 90 minutes, but you'll have to wait and see tomorrow. Isak has endured a difficult start to his Liverpool career after joining the Reds in a British record £125 switch from Newcastle United on transfer deadline day. The striker did not feature for the Magpies throughout preseason or the opening weeks of the Premier League season as he essentially went on strike and trained alone in a bid to force through an exit. Having taken his time to get up to speed as a result, the forward has scored only once from his first 8 appearances since moving to Anfield. And following his recent groin injury, Slot called for patience with Isak ahead of the striker's return to training. He will train with the team for the first time today after being 3 weeks out. he said. I know I said 3 weeks ago his preseason ended, so now we have to see where he is. If you are 3 weeks only with the rehab, that doesn't bring him back to the levels he was 3 weeks ago. You cannot compare rehab with games of football or training with the team. So, again, I have to say give him some time. Meanwhile, Slot later explained his decision to only name Isak on the bench against Man City, as he admitted the striker was not ready to make a full return. For me, he is in the end stage of his rehab, he told Sky Sports ahead of kickoff. Had to training sessions with us. Double quotes, yes, we have trained, but not with the intensity that would have been best for Alex. He is there if he needs to help us. With Isak seemingly set to be limited to a substitute role for Sweden against Switzerland, both club and country are continuing to tread carefully with the forward following his disjointed campaign too. Date: Antoine Semenyo annoyed as Liverpool transfer news emerges. Antoine Semenyo's future at Bournemouth is up in the air right now following his superb start to this season. Antoine Semenyo enjoyed a breakout 2024-25 season at the Vitality Stadium, and he has continued in a similar vein of form this term with 6 goals in his first 11 Premier League appearances in 2025-26 football. Insider revealed during the summer window that interested clubs had been told Bournemouth were prepared to accept offers for Semenyo ahead of the new season. But that stance soon changed. Semenyo signed a brand new 5-year contract with Bournemouth in July, putting rumors around a potential imminent departure to bed. But long-term doubts around his future still remain. Liverpool are longtime admirers of Semenyo and are believed to have an advantage in the race to sign him due to sporting director Richard Hughes' strong relationship with the Cherries, with other clubs also taking a liking to him, and the Ghanaian now believed to be somewhat unsettled on the south coast. Semenyo is unsettled due to noise around his departure and him asking to leave football. Insider revealed last month that Tottenham remain interested in Semenyo, but other top clubs have joined the race for his services to alongside them and Liverpool. According to Sky Sports, the 14th of November, Man City are monitoring Semenyo ahead of the January transfer window, as well as those two sides. Bids to sign him when the new window opens reportedly cannot be ruled out, but contrary to some reports, the 25-year-old has not asked to leave the Cherries and is known to have been annoyed by claims that he has Liverpool's Mohamed Salah doubts could force Semenyo move. Football Insider revealed in October that Liverpool have no plans to sell Mo Salah in January or next summer, but the club will no doubt be aware of his drop-off in form this season compared to last. The 33-year-old notched an incredible 47 Premier League goal contributions last season, but he has only managed 6 so far this season, with just 2 in his last 9 appearances in all competitions. The introduction of players like Alexander Isak, Florian Wirtz and Hugo Ekitike has taken the shine off of Salah and made it so he does not need to be Slot's main man. But he is clearly struggling to come to terms with that fact right now. Given his age and their contrasting form so far this season, it would certainly not come as a surprise to see Liverpool make a move for Semenyo in January to replace Salah going forward, especially as they aim to salvage something from the poor run of form they are currently on. Liverpool beaten to transfer as Chelsea agree Ecuador centre-back deal. A day after reliable reports of Liverpool's interest in Ecuadorian centre-back Diner Ordonez, Chelsea have agreed a pre-contract deal to sign the teenage talent. The Mail's Luis Diaz reported on Thursday that Liverpool were scouting Independiente del Valle youngster Ordonez, described as the best player of his age group in the whole of South America. Links with the 16-year-old first emerged in February when he was representing Ecuador at the U20 Copa Sudamericana. But while Liverpool may have hoped to secure an early deal for Ordonez, who cannot move to the UK until January 2028 when he is 18, those hopes have now been dashed. Chelsea agree deal for Diner Ordonez *. It has now been widely reported that Ordonez will instead join Chelsea, with transfer journalist Fabrizio Romano writing on X that the agreement was reached on Friday. The youngster will stay with Independiente del Valle for the next 2 years before officially moving to Stamford Bridge at the start of 2028 *. This is due to post-Brexit rules prohibiting signings under the age of 18 from outside of the UK. Though Chelsea's agreement is within the confines of the law, Ordonez is set to follow Kendry Páez who made the same move in the summer transfer window before being farmed out on loan to sister club Strasbourg. Who Liverpool could target next? 8 centre-backs linked asterisk. Clearly any deal for Ordonez would have been supplementary rather than part of Liverpool's immediate first-team plans, with the Premier League champions still expected to sign at least one new centre-back. At senior level, the priority target is Crystal Palace's Mark Guehi, who was poised to join on deadline day only for the London club to pull out of negotiations. Guehi will be a free agent at the end of the season and is still touted with a move to Anfield. But Liverpool are also linked with a number of other central defenders. Those include Ordonez's countryman and namesake, Club Brugge's Joel Ordonez, along with Dortmund's Nico Schlotterbeck, Bayern Munich's Dayot Upamecano, Wolfsburg's Konstantinos Kaliarakis, and Sporting CP duo Ousmane Mondi and Zeno de Bast. Interestingly, Steele also noted mention of Inter Milan's Alessandro Bastoni, who could be lined up as a world-class replacement for Virgil van Dijk. Liverpool will continue to scour the market for opportunity to sign the best young talents, too, and they are already believed to have lined up a deal for winger Saïd Barham Ndiaye. 15. From Senegalese club Diambars FC, Ndiaye is not set to turn 18 until December 2027, meaning any move to the Premier League would take place in 2028. Genuinely surprised. Fowler slams Liverpool for letting go of star who can unlock defenses. Former Liverpool striker Robbie Fowler says he's surprised that more hasn't been made of the Reds' decision to let Luis Diaz leave for Bayern Munich this summer. Diaz was a key player for the Reds, with the Colombia international contributing 13 goals in 36 Premier League games last season to help the club to the title. Once again, Diaz has been in fine form this season, notching up an impressive tally of 11 goals and 4 assists in all competitions for Bayern so far. Liverpool's tough start to the season means everyone's looking for reasons why it's all gone so wrong for Arne Slot's side, and Fowler believes Diaz's departure could be one significant factor. Liverpool missing Luis Diaz influence, says Reds legend Robbie Fowler, speaking to the Metro. Fowler admitted he's surprised by the whole Diaz situation, saying, "I don't know the reason why he went, but it looks as though he wanted to go because it was a very quick sale, wasn't it? That tells you he probably wanted to. But for me he was probably one of Liverpool's standout players last year, so I'm actually genuinely surprised that not more has been made of how much Liverpool are missing him, because when you look at Liverpool and certainly the tough start they've had, they maybe struggled to break teams down when teams have sat and kept that low block. Luis Diaz is one of those players who can unlock defenses, so I think they have genuinely missed him." Liverpool, too many changes at once. Diaz was one of 4 big names to leave Liverpool this summer, along with Trent Alexander-Arnold, Harvey Elliott, and Darwin Núñez. A number of new names have come in, with Florian Wirtz, Jeremy Frimpong, Alexander Isak, and Milos Kerkez all struggling, while Diaz's loss has clearly been a factor. Perhaps more than anything, it just seems like too many big changes to a team that just won the title, leaving Slot's squad unsettled and unaccustomed to playing together like last season's side was. Why Liverpool might break rules to sign Serge Gnabry. Liverpool reportedly want to sign Serge Gnabry from Bayern Munich. Here's why they might break their own rules to do it. There's a surprising rumor doing the rounds. Gazzetta dello Sport reported this week that Liverpool are looking at Serge Gnabry as he comes to the end of his Bayern Munich contract in 2026. They write about it from Juventus's perspective. The old lady were looking to sign Gnabry until the Reds got involved. Now the costs have skyrocketed. As we say, it's a surprising one. Do Liverpool actually need Gnabry? Well, now Bild are reporting the same thing. Again, Juventus want him, and again, Liverpool are muscling them out. It's starting to sound as though it's actually got legs. Serge Gnabry to Liverpool. Now, Liverpool do need to sign a winger. They sold Luis Diaz in the summer and didn't replace him, while Arne Slot appears to have little to no faith in Federico Chiesa as a starting player. So in that sense, moving for an experienced winger who can start for Liverpool makes a lot of sense. Moreover, Gnabry can play on both flanks adeptly enough, making him an ideal squad player, and that's certainly what he'd be. Gnabry has never started more than 26 league games in a season, and that number was just 13 as Bayern won the Bundesliga last season. He's someone who pops into the team every now and then, rather than a superstar who delivers every week. But it's important to note that relative to his minutes, Gnabry does deliver a lot. He averages around 0.85 goals and assists per 90 minutes at Bayern in the Bundesliga, or at least, has done since arriving there in 2018. It was 0.87 last season across 1,200 minutes, a solid rate. Liverpool would need to weigh up the actual value for money here, though. Bild are talking £17 million per year, and for that you'd get 7 goals and 5 assists based on last year. That's not really enough, even if the goals-to-minutes ratio is solid. But Gnabry just isn't on the pitch enough. There's another massive issue here. 2. He's 30. Liverpool hate paying big money to players over 30, hence taking forever to agree new contracts with Salah and Virgil van Dijk last season. And it took sensational, world-beating performances from the pair to actually convince the club. Liverpool never pay big money to players over 30 unless they feel they have to. It's a major rule of theirs and one they've essentially never broken. So why Gnabry? Well, Liverpool do need a winger. They could also use some extra experience. But they also need homegrown players, and Gnabry is one of those thanks to his development with Arsenal. The Reds sold a lot of them in the summer, with only Jeremy Frimpong arriving as a replacement in that regard. Giovanni Leoni will eventually be homegrown, but it'll take time for him to qualify. Time that Gnabry could fill with a 2-year contract, for instance. And so we think Liverpool's interest here could simply be opportunistic. Gnabry happens to tick a few of the right boxes at this certain point in time.
Thank you for watching. Like and comment, subscribe.